Hey yogis, welcome back to this channel for another strengthening and turning episode. Today we're going to be working on our shoulders. We like to be super strong so we can work on head bounces, shoulder bounces, forearm stands, so we're going to work through the upper body. If you're liking the series so far, then give it a thumbs up. Let me know how you get on in the comments. So when we're ready, we will get started. We are starting sitting down, but you can stand if you prefer. Sitting, however, is comfortable. Let's work on our arms. So bringing our hands together in prayer at heart center. First, we're just going to push one hand against the other, and we are actively pressing the hands together, lengthening up through the fingers. Just warming up, bringing a little bit of strength to the arms. Perfect. Shaking out, let's stretch our arms forwards. We're going to cross our right arm over our left, palms are facing down, and then palms are facing interlacing the fingers. We're going to circle our arms in and circle our arms away. Circling in and under and away. Working on the shoulder girdle area here. Circling in, circling away, lengthening up through your spine, relaxing your shoulders down. And releasing, shaking out through your shoulders. Let's go the other way. So this time the left hand wants to be on top, palms face the ground, palms face each other, interlacing the fingers, circling in and under and away, under and in and away. Perfect. Relaxing your shoulders down, circling in, circling away, just gently warming up. Nothing too intense to start off with. And releasing, let's bring some more range of motion into the shoulders. So circling the shoulders back, squeezing your shoulder blades together, opening up through the chest, relaxing the arms down. Preparing the body for what's to come. Nice and gently. Let's circle around forwards this time. Shrugging the shoulders forwards, making the circles as big as you can. The arms are just along for the ride. From here, let's send one shoulder forwards and the other shoulder back. Working our brain. And it looks pretty cool. Circling the other way around, so the other shoulder comes forwards and the other shoulder goes backwards. Beautiful, connecting with the body. And resting down. Perfect. Let's stretch our arms out forwards in line with our shoulders. We're going to flex up through the palms and curling under. Flexing up and curling under. So we are working through the wrist joint here. We're warming up our wrist for what's to come later again. But because our arms are staying out in line with our shoulders, that means we're going to work through the shoulders as well. We do not want to drop the arms lower than shoulder level, and we do not want to bring them up. We're just extending out as we flex and curve through the wrist. From here, let's make fists and circle around in one direction. Again, the idea is the same. We're working through the wrist, but we're building up the tension in the shoulders. Loading the shoulders. Circling around the other way with the hands. From here, we're going to turn our palms up. We're keeping our elbows in line with our shoulders, but we're going to tap our shoulders with our fingertips and extend away. Tapping and extending away. Not dropping your elbows lower than your shoulders. Warming up through the biceps. Tapping the shoulders, extending away, working through the elbow. Hi Jess. She likes to be involved. Next time your hands are bent in, let's bring our fingertips towards our temples. We're going to take our elbows out wide, extend out with our arms. Fingertips are back in, elbows are back to touch. Elbows out, arms extending out in line with our shoulders, fingertips back in, elbows back in. So we're opening ourselves out, and then we're closing the book back in, trying to tap your elbows in the center. Extending your arms out long, but again, not dropping your arms lower than your shoulders. Trying to extend fully, there's no need to rush through the move. We're still lengthening up through our spine. Next time our arms in line with our shoulders, we're going to just curve around through the arms. So we're turning the palms, twisting one forwards, twisting one backwards. And as we do this, it's going to bring the rotation along the arm and into your shoulder. So we're still building up the work in the shoulders, strengthening there. But we're also working through the joint, rotating around one way, rotating the other. Twisting as much as you can. Remember to keep breathing. From here, let's do the same move, but we're going to send the hands the same way this time. So curving forwards and rotating backwards. If these moves ever feel too easy, then just bring some hand weights along with you next time. From here, let's circle our arms in and forcefully push away. Circling in, forcefully pushing away. Circling in, pushing away. It's a slight release. Not dropping your arms if you can help it. Pushing away any negative thoughts, any fatigue. Let's bring our fingertips together now, not dropping the arms. We're going to bring the elbows together. So fingertips, palms, forearms, all the way down to the elbows are together. We're just going to lift up the elbows and drop the elbows back down. We're trying to keep the elbows glued in. If there's a little gap, that's fine, but we're trying to bring the elbows together. We're just lifting up and dropping back down. Trying your best not to hunch your shoulders up towards your ears. Yes, this move may feel painful, but keep breathing. We're almost through. Lifting and lowering. Still extending it with the fingertips. Next time we're at the top, we're just going to hold there. A beautiful hold as high as you can. Let's add some more movements. Keeping the hands up high, taking our elbows out wide, bringing them back together. Elbows out wide, elbows to touch. Elbows out wide, elbows to touch. It's like we're playing peekaboo. Peekaboo. There you are. All the fun and games. Let's add on from here. Elbows together, palms together, lifting up the elbows, and then taking the arms out wide. Lifting up, dropping, arms out wide, back together. Up, down, out, together. Keeping the angle of the arms off the elbow. Lifting up, taking out wide. So when we take the arms out wide, let's take a little squeeze through the shoulders together. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. We're going to get into the back as we do this. Again, not dropping your elbows lower than the shoulder height. Let's add on now. We're going to take our palms, our arms down, facing towards the back, swinging our arms out and back the way we came. So it's down, out, in, and up. Down, out, in, and up. Like a robotic dance. Extending your arms out, nice and floaty and graceful now. Just taking one arm up to the sky and dropping back down. Floaty and graceful arms. One arm up and dropping down. One arm up and dropping down. So we're alternating arms. We lift and we lower. We lengthen, we lower. We are still breathing. We are long, we are strong, we are powerful. Next time both arms are out in line with our shoulders, we're just going to bounce the arms up and down. So it doesn't have to be a big move. As we bounce the arms, we're going to bring the arms out, around and in front. And then around and back by our sides. Maybe a little bit further behind the shoulders as we squeeze the shoulder blades together and then back to center. So they're just bouncing above and below the shoulder height. Circling forwards and circling back around to our sides, maybe a little bit beyond the shoulders. Perfect. Still breathing, bouncing through. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. Feeling the strength building in the shoulders. We're almost through this, guys. Next time your arms are in line with your shoulders, we're just going to hold. Staying strong from one hand all the way to the other. Staying long through your spine. Keeping your shoulders dropped away from your ears. Still breathing, focusing on your breath. And relaxing. Beautiful work, guys. Rolling out, shaking out through the shoulders. Give the shoulders a little bit of a rub. We'll stretch out, so bring the right arm across the chest, holding on with the other hand, either above or below the elbow joint. Then we're going to drop our left ear down to our left shoulder, stretching through the shoulder into the side of the neck, enjoying the stretch. You earned it. Beautiful. Shrugging out other side, so the left arm across to the right, holding on either above or below the elbow joint, dropping the right ear down to the right shoulder this time. And releasing back to center. Great work, team. But I know you want a little bit more, so let's just bring ourselves down into the prone position. So we're laying on our bellies, clearing everything off the mat, bringing yourself down to the floor. So we're going to bring our hands just in line with our chest. We're coming up into our baby cobra to begin with. So elbows are going to be tucked in tight. Our hands are pressing down. So our option one, we are lifting our chest up into baby cobra. We're pushing up into a plank but keeping our knees down, and then staying as one solid plank, we're going to lower our chest all the way back down to the ground. So pressing, lifting up baby cobra, pressing into a plank, and then lowering yourself all the way back down. So our chest wants to touch the ground as we hold at the bottom for a moment. Keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Imagine your shoulder blades sliding down as we lift into our baby cobra. Pushing strong into your plank, pulling your core in strong as we lower ourselves as one solid plank all the way back down to the ground. As we lower ourselves down, we want to try and aim to keep our elbows over our wrists. We want to keep our elbows tucked in tight as we do this. We are still breathing. We are keeping our knees down to begin with. Almost there. And then stacking one hand on top of the other, resting your forehead down. Let's just rest out in our crocodile pose for a few moments. So take your feet out as wide as the mat, turning your toes outwards. Relaxing through the upper body, relaxing through the root muscles as well. We've got this, guys. But I know you want to make it harder. Of course you do, because we love to challenge our bodies. So our option 2, if you want it. We're starting off exactly the same, hands by the sides of the chest. We push up this time into a full cobra, then pushing up into a full plank, and then lowering ourselves all the way back down. So pushing up to full cobra, arms are straight, pushing up into a full plank, toes curl under, lowering ourselves all the way back down, chest to touch the floor. So as we lower down, we are staying in that one solid line, Our elbows are staying tucked in tight. Our shoulders are staying away from our ears. If it's too much with the toes to come up into full plank, then just stay down on your knees, that's fine. We're drawing our belly button in tight to keep our core strong. We are moving as one solid fluid element as we lower back down. We're keeping our neck long, keeping our spine long. Spreading through the fingers, pressing through the hands. Trying to keep our elbows over our wrists as we lower ourselves back down. Strong, graceful movements. And then stacking one hand on top of the other, resting your head down, taking a break in the shoulders just for a moment. Bringing your breathing back to normal. From here, we are moving on. We're going to come into a plank pose. So our elbows and forearms are pressing down, interlacing the fingers. So option one is to stay on your knees in the plank as we walk our knees in towards our chest, coming into our grounded dolphin. So the knees are staying down, walking the knees back out. That's option one. Option two, we can curl the toes under, starting in a full plank, walking the toes in, lifting the hips up high as we come into our dolphin, and then walking back out into our plank position. So as we come up into dolphin, our head is hovering off the mat. We're pressing through the elbows and our spine is long. Walking the toes in, getting the height through the hips, walking as close in as you can, and then walking the feet all the way out so we become that solid plank again. Our core is strong, pressing down through the elbows, strong through the shoulders, still breathing. Great work, team. Last time here. So next time we walk up into our dolphin pose, we're going to hold here for a moment. You can shuffle around just to make yourself steadier. And then taking a rest for a moment, coming down into your child's pose, big toes together, knees wide apart, sitting back on your heels, stretching your arms forwards, resting your head down. So moving on, we're coming into our dolphin downward dog press. So we're starting in our dolphin. This time we want our palms facing down, spreading through the fingers. Our elbows are staying down, our hips are up high. Then we're pushing through the arms, extending out into our downward dog. So our arms want to be out about as wide as our shoulders. We're pressing up and dropping our elbows back down to the ground. Pressing up, dropping back down, keeping your hips high. Pushing into your downward dog, let's just loosen off so you can pedal through the heels, pedal through the legs, pedal through the shoulders. Do what you need to do. Let's move on to our vinyasas now. So we're going to roll through into a plank position. Starting off, we're going to drop down to our knees, lowering the chest, and then pushing up into our up dog, pushing back to our down dog, and again. So rolling through into a plank position, dropping down to our knees, bending our elbows, lowering our chest down, pushing up to our up dog, and then pushing back to our down dog. This is your level one. We are working our shoulders here. You do not need to lift or change from this if you do not want to. So our option two, this time we're going to do it all but staying on the toes. So rolling through into plank. Lowering ourselves down, pushing up into our up dog, pushing back to our down dog. And again. Rolling through, staying on your toes as we bend at the elbows, lowering down, swimming up, and pushing back. Beautiful work, team. This is our level two. We can stay with this. if you want a little bit more, then this time we can take our right leg and we can cross the leg over the left at the ankles. So all of a sudden we're just on one leg. Repeating our vinyasa exactly the same. Rolling through the spine, coming into plank position, bending at the elbows, lowering down, swimming through to up dog, pushing back to down dog. You can keep the leg where it is, or we can work the glutes more by extending the leg as high up to the sky as we can, trying to keep that leg elevated. So it's still the right leg that we have elevated at the moment. Swimming through our vinyasas. Beautiful, exactly the same but on the other leg. So this time the left leg is crossing over the right at the ankles, resting it there as we round through, come to plank, dropping down, up dog, back to down dog, rounding through, dropping down, pushing up and back. And if you want that final option, taking your leg up to the sky, keeping the leg as high as you can as we do our vinyasa 2 last times. Beautiful, last time here. Coming back to our down dog, pedaling out through the heels. Resting down in your child's pose. And that is it, guys. Well done, super effort. Your shoulders may be feeling it. Give them a little rub out. Beautiful. If you want, give it a like, give it a little comment, and I hope to see you next time. Well done, team. You can rest now. See you later. Stay safe.